Do you want to move to Australia and work in a job that actually sponsors your visa and eventually leads to permanent residency? I'm about to break down the top 40 most in-demand jobs in Australia for 2025 that can change your life. These aren't just any jobs. These are the ones employers are desperately hiring for right now. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I create deep dive content about moving to Australia, visas, and life as a migrant. Today, I'm giving you the most detailed video ever made about the 40 most in-demand sponsored jobs in Australia. Whether you're a nurse, chef, engineer, or tradesperson, there could be a job here that can sponsor your visa and lead to PR. We'll go into what each job involves, who's hiring, what visas are available, and the documents you need to be eligible. And don't worry, this is not just a list. I'll explain each job segment in depth. Make sure to watch until the end for the full call to action and a free bonus tip on how to get your application noticed. Segment 1. Registered Nurse. Aged Care, Medical, Surgical, Mental Health. Why it's in demand. Australia has an aging population and a massive shortage in healthcare professionals. Registered nurses are in critical demand, especially those with experience in aged care, emergency, and mental health settings. Visa pathways. 482 Temporary Skill Shortage, TSS Visa, 186 Employer Nomination Scheme, ENS, 494 Skilled Employer Sponsored Regional Provisional Visa. Salary range, AUD $75,000 to $110,000 per year, higher in remote areas. Key responsibilities: monitoring and caring for patients, assisting with medical procedures, communicating with doctors and family, managing patient records, providing mental and emotional support. Skills and qualifications: Bachelor of Nursing or equivalent. For registration, a must, IELTS OET English proficiency. At least 1 to 2 years experience preferred for sponsorship. Top hiring states: Victoria, Vic, New South Wales, Queensland. Segment 2. Construction Project Manager. Why it's in demand. Australia is experiencing a building boom due to urban expansion, infrastructure upgrades, and housing demands. Construction project managers oversee timelines, budgets, and teams for large-scale projects. Visa pathways: 482, 186, and 494. Also eligible under the Global Talent Employer-Sponsored Scheme. Salary range: AUD $110,000 to $160,000 per year. Key responsibilities: overseeing construction projects from start to finish, managing subcontractors and trades, preparing budgets, timelines, and reports, ensuring compliance with safety and building regulations, client liaison. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's degree in construction project management, 3+ years project experience. Excellent leadership and communication. PMP or Prince 2 certification, desirable. Top hiring states: Western Australia, Queensland, New South Wales. Segment 3. Chef/cook commercial cookery. Why it's in demand. Post-pandemic, hospitality is booming again, but the shortage of skilled chefs is severe. Many restaurants, hotels, and catering companies are offering sponsorships, especially in regional Australia. Visa pathways: 482 Visa, 186 PR Visa, 494 Regional Visa. Salary range: AUD $55,000 to $85,000 per year. Key responsibilities: preparing high-quality meals, managing kitchen staff, menu planning and food costing, complying with hygiene and safety standards, ordering and stock control. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 or IV in commercial cookery, 2+ years experience as a chef or cook, food safety certification, good communication and time management. Toppy. Hiring states: Northern Territory, Regional New South Wales, Regional Victoria. Segment 4. Software Engineer, Developer. Why it's in demand. Australia's tech sector is expanding quickly. From fintech to SaaS startups, there is a huge demand for skilled software engineers across back-end, front-end, and full-stack development. Visa pathways: 482, 186, 189, independent skilled, and 190, state nominated. Priority under the Skills Priority Migration List. Salary range AUD $100,000 to $150,000 per year, higher in Sydney and Melbourne. Key responsibilities: writing and testing code, developing apps and systems, collaborating with design and product teams, debugging and maintaining software, using languages like Java, Python, JavaScript, etc. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's in computer science, IT. 2 to 5 years professional experience, strong programming skills, agile and DevOps knowledge is a bonus. GitHub portfolio of past work. Top hiring states: Victoria, New South Wales, South Australia, Segment 5. Motor mechanic. Why? It's in demand. Mechanics are on Australia's medium and long-term strategic skills list, MLTL. Car ownership is high, and there's a shortage of skilled tradespeople, especially in regional areas. Visa. Pathways. 482, 186, 494. Regional areas can fast-track to PR. Salary range: AUD $50,000 to $75,000 per year. Key responsibilities: servicing, repairing, and maintaining vehicles, diagnosing mechanical faults, using diagnostic equipment, replacing damaged or worn parts, keeping maintenance records. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 in light vehicle mechanical technology. 2+ years experience. Valid driver's license, good mechanical aptitude. Top hiring states: Queensland, Tasmania, Western Australia. Segment 6. Civil engineer. Why? It's in demand. Australia's infrastructure boom, including transportation projects and urban development, has led to a significant demand for civil engineers. Their expertise is crucial in designing and overseeing construction projects that meet safety and environmental standards. Visa. Pathways: Subclass 482, Temporary Skill Shortage Visa. Subclass 186, Employer Nomination Scheme. Subclass 189, Skilled Independent Visa. Subclass 190, Skilled Nominated Visa. Salary range: AUD $80,000 to $130,000 per year. Key responsibilities: designing infrastructure projects such as roads, bridges, and water systems, conducting site investigations and feasibility studies, ensuring compliance with health and safety regulations, managing project budgets and timelines, collaborating with architects, contractors, and stakeholders. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's degree in civil engineering. Registration with Engineers Australia, proficiency in design software like AutoCAD and Civil 3D. Strong analytical and problem-solving skills. Top hiring states: New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland. Segment 7. Electrician. General. Why it's in demand. With the rise in residential and commercial construction, as well as renewable energy projects, skilled electricians are essential for installation and maintenance tasks. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Temporary Skill Shortage Visa. Subclass 186, Employer Nomination Scheme. Subclass 491, Skilled Work Regional Visa. Salary range: AUD $65,000 to $100,000 per year. Key responsibilities: installing and maintaining electrical systems, diagnosing electrical issues and performing repairs, ensuring compliance with electrical codes and safety standards, reading blueprints and technical diagrams. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 in Electrotechnology Electrician, electrical license in the relevant state or territory. Strong understanding of electrical systems and safety protocols. Top hiring states: Western Australia, Queensland, South Australia. Segment 8. Secondary school teacher. Why it's in demand. Australia faces a shortage of qualified secondary school teachers, particularly in subjects like mathematics, science, and technology. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Temporary Skill Shortage Visa. Subclass 186, Employer Nomination Scheme. Subclass 189, Skilled Independent Visa. Subclass 190, Skilled Nominated Visa. Salary range: AUD $70,000 to $100,000 per year. Key responsibilities: preparing and delivering subject-specific lessons, assessing student progress and providing feedback, managing classroom behavior and fostering a positive learning environment, participating in school events and professional development. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's degree in education or relevant subject area, teacher registration in the respective state or territory, strong communication and organizational skills. Top hiring states: New South Wales, Victoria, Northern Territory. Segment 9. Early childhood, pre-primary school. Teacher: why it's in demand. The emphasis on early childhood education has increased the demand for qualified pre-primary teachers to support children's developmental needs. Visa pathways. Subclass 482. Temporary skill shortage visa. Subclass 186. Employer nomination scheme. Subclass 189. Skilled independent visa. Subclass 190. Skilled nominated visa. Salary range: AUD $60,000 to $85,000 per year. Key responsibilities: developing and implementing educational programs for young children, observing and documenting children's progress, engaging with parents and caregivers to support learning at home, ensuring a safe and nurturing environment. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's degree in early childhood education, teacher registration or accreditation, passion for working with young children and understanding of developmental milestones. Top hiring states: Queensland, South Australia, Tasmania. Segment 10. Mechanical engineer. Why it's in demand. Mechanical engineers are vital in various industries, including manufacturing, automotive, and energy, contributing to the design and maintenance of mechanical systems. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, Temporary Skill Shortage Visa. Subclass 186, Employer Nomination Scheme. Subclass 189, Skilled Independent Visa. Subclass 190, Skilled Nominated Visa. Salary range: AUD $75,000 to $120,000 per year. Key responsibilities: designing mechanical components and systems, conducting testing and analysis to improve performance, collaborating with cross-functional teams on product development, ensuring compliance with industry standards. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, registration with Engineers Australia, proficiency in CAD software and engineering principles. Top hiring states: Victoria, New South Wales, Western Australia. Segment 11. ICT business analyst. Why it's in demand. As Australian businesses continue their digital transformation, there's a strong need for ICT business analysts to assess business models and integrate technology solutions. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, TSS Visa. Subclass 186, Employer Nomination Scheme. Subclass 189 and 190, Points-Tested Skilled Visas. Salary range: AUD $90,000 to £130,000. Key responsibilities: analyzing current business processes and identifying areas for improvement, translating business needs into technical requirements, coordinating between business teams and developers, drafting solution architecture and ensuring alignment with business goals. Skills and qualifications: degree in business, IT, or a related field, strong analytical and communication skills, familiarity with software development life cycles, SDLC. Top hiring states: New South Wales, Sydney Tech Corridor. Victoria, Melbourne's fintech startup scene. Australian Capital Territory, government contracts. Segment 12. Chef. Why it's in demand. Australia's hospitality industry is booming, and with labor shortages in regional and urban areas, skilled chefs are among the top sponsored professions. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, TSS Visa. Subclass 186, Employer Nomination Scheme. Subclass 494, Skilled Employer-Sponsored Regional Visa. Salary range: AUD $60,000 to $90,000 plus. Key responsibilities: preparing, cooking, and presenting food to high standards, managing kitchen staff and coordinating food production, menu planning, costing, and stock management, ensuring compliance with hygiene and safety regulations. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 4 in commercial cookery or equivalent, proven kitchen experience, ability to work under pressure and maintain food quality. Top hiring states: Queensland, Gold Coast, Cairns. Western Australia, Perth, Victoria, Melbourne. Segment 13. Construction Project Manager. Why it's in demand. Massive infrastructure and residential building projects across Australia have resulted in a shortage of qualified construction project managers. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189 and 190, with strong project management experience. Salary range, AUD $100,000 to $150,000 plus. Key responsibilities: planning, organizing, and overseeing construction projects from start to finish, budget estimation and control, coordinating contractors, suppliers, and stakeholders, managing safety, compliance, and quality assurance, skills and qualifications. Bachelor's in construction management, civil engineering, or similar, strong leadership and negotiation skills. Proficient with project management software, e.g. MS Project Primavera, top hiring states, New South Wales, Western Australia, Queensland Segment 14. Software engineer, developer. Why it's in demand. Australia's tech sector continues to expand, with demand for full-stack developers, mobile app developers, and software engineers at an all-time high. Visa pathways, Subclass 482, Subclass 186. Subclass 189, 190, 491, based on points and nomination. Salary range, AUD $90,000, $140,000 plus. Key responsibilities: designing, coding, testing, and deploying software applications, collaborating with UX/UI designers and product managers, debugging and maintaining code bases, integrating APIs, and improving user experience. Skills and qualifications: degree in computer science, software engineering, strong coding skills in Python, Java, JavaScript, or CS. Agile methodology experience, top hiring states: Victoria, Melbourne tech startups, New South Wales, Sydney fintech and SaaS companies. South Australia, defense and aerospace software. Segment 15, registered nurse, aged care. Why it's in demand. Australia's aging population is driving a sharp increase in demand for aged care services, including in-home and residential nursing. Visa pathways, Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189 and 190, health sector fast-tracking for PR. Salary range, AUD $70,000 to $95,000 plus. Key responsibilities: providing personal, medical, and emotional care to elderly patients, administering medication and treatment, coordinating with doctors and other allied health professionals, supervising care assistants and support workers. Skills and qualifications: Bachelor of Nursing, AHPRA registration, essential, compassion, patience, and excellent interpersonal skills. Top hiring states: Tasmania, Northern Territory, Regional Victoria, and Queensland. Segment 16, motor mechanic, general. Why it's in demand. As vehicle numbers rise and technology in vehicles becomes more complex, mechanics are needed across urban and rural Australia, especially those skilled in diagnostics and hybrid vehicles. Visa pathways, Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 491, regional skilled visa. Salary range, AUD $55,000 to $85,000 plus. Key responsibilities: diagnosing mechanical faults and conducting repairs, performing routine maintenance and vehicle inspections, using computerized diagnostic tools, advising customers on vehicle care. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 in light vehicle mechanical technology. Minimum 2+ years of post-qualification experience. Valid Australian driver's license. Top hiring states: Regional New South Wales, Queensland, Western Australia. Segment 17, early childhood, pre-primary teacher. Why it's in demand. Australia has a growing emphasis on early education, particularly with the government increasing funding to childcare and kindy programs. There's a shortage of qualified early childhood educators, especially in regional and outer metro areas. Visa pathways, Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189, 190, Regional PR 491. Salary range, AUD $70,000 to $95,000. Key responsibilities: planning and delivering developmentally appropriate learning experiences, promoting language, literacy, numeracy, and emotional development in young children, assessing children's learning progress and collaborating with parents, ensuring a safe, inclusive, and engaging environment. Skills and qualifications. Bachelor's degree in early childhood education, or equivalent. Teacher registration with the relevant state authority, e.g. VIT for Victoria, NESA for Nias Dabo. Working with children check, mandatory. Top hiring states: Victoria, particularly Outer Metro Melbourne, Queensland, Western Australia, regional towns and new housing estates, segment 18, welder, first class, why it's in demand. Major infrastructure, mining and manufacturing projects have created a serious shortage of skilled welders. Fabrication work for bridges, tunnels, pipelines, and shipbuilding needs first-class tradespeople. Visa pathways, subclass 482, subclass 186, subclass 491, designated regional areas. Salary range, D $65,000 to $90,000. Key responsibilities: reading blueprints and technical drawings, welding steel, aluminum, and alloy parts using MIG, TIG, and arc welding techniques, inspecting finished welds and ensuring structural integrity, working in fabrication workshops or on-site across heavy industries. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 in engineering, fabrication trade, or equivalent. Relevant welding certification, e.g. AS 1796, 2214. 3+ years industry experience. Top hiring states: Western Australia, mining and shipbuilding; South Australia, defense, naval projects; Queensland, segment 19. Secondary school teacher, STEM subjects. Why it's in demand: maths, science, and IT high school teachers are critically needed in both metro and rural Australia. These roles are prioritized due to falling student outcomes in STEM. Visa pathways: subclass 482, subclass 186, subclass 189 and 190, 491 for regional areas. Salary range: AUD $75,000 to $110,000 plus. Key responsibilities: teaching core STEM curriculum aligned with state territory standards, preparing lesson plans, assessments, and individualized education plans, IEP, managing classrooms, supporting student development, engaging in parent-teacher meetings and extracurricular activities. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's degree in education, secondary, or a bachelor's in the subject plus teaching qualification, state registration, e.g., TRBWA, VIT, NISA, experience in Australian curriculum, advantageous but not required. Top hiring states: South Australia, Northern Territory, regional NSW and Victoria, segment 20. Plumber, why it's in demand. Construction growth and the ongoing maintenance of water systems have led to high demand for plumbers, particularly those licensed in gas fitting and drainage. Visa pathways: subclass 482, subclass 186, subclass 491. Salary range: AUD $65,000 to $100,000 plus. Key responsibilities: installing and maintaining pipes, valves, and drainage systems, gas fitting and hot water system installation, diagnosing plumbing issues and repairing leaks, working on residential, commercial, and industrial projects. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 in plumbing and licensing from the relevant state, experience in construction or maintenance plumbing, white card, construction site access. Top hiring states: Victoria, Western Australia, Queensland, segment 21. Social worker, why it's in demand. There's increasing demand for qualified social workers to support mental health programs, child protection, disability services, and aged care, especially in Indigenous and remote communities. Visa pathways: subclass 482, subclass 186, subclass 189 and 190, subclass 491. Salary range: AUD $75,000 to $110,000 plus. Key responsibilities: conducting assessments and case management, supporting vulnerable individuals and families, working with community organizations, health services, or government agencies, managing risk and ensuring safeguarding procedures. Skills and qualifications: Bachelor of Social Work, BSW, SW membership, Australian Association of Social Workers, strong communication, advocacy, and report writing skills. Top hiring states: Northern Territory, Queensland, remote regions, South Australia. Segment 22. Mechanical engineer. Why it's in demand. Australia's manufacturing, defense, and energy sectors rely heavily on mechanical engineers for designing, testing, and improving systems, especially in automation and green energy. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189 and 190, salary range. AUD $85,000 to $130,000 plus. Key responsibilities. Designing and testing mechanical systems for performance and reliability, overseeing installation and maintenance of machinery, conducting safety audits and troubleshooting mechanical faults, project management and cost analysis. Skills and qualifications. Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering. Chartered status, Engineers Australia, is highly regarded. Proficiency in CAD, FEA, or thermodynamic simulation software. Top hiring states: Victoria, Automotive and Advanced Manufacturing; Western Australia, Mining and Resources; New South Wales, Infrastructure Projects. Segment 23. Disability Support Worker. Why it's in demand. With the National Disability Insurance Scheme, NDIS, in full swing, demand for support workers across the country, especially for complex care, continues to rise. Visa pathways, Subclass 482, Subclass 186, 491, regional demand. Salary range, AUD $60,000 to $80,000 plus. Key responsibilities. Supporting clients with disabilities in daily tasks, e.g., hygiene, meals, transport. Helping clients achieve goals and independence, providing emotional and behavioral support, working in homes, group facilities, or community settings. Skills and qualifications. Certificate 3 or IV in individual support, community services, or disability. Working with children check, first aid, and NDIS worker screening. Empathy, patience, and excellent communication skills. Top hiring states. All states. High demand nationwide, especially regional areas. Segment 24. Air conditioning and refrigeration mechanic. Why it's in demand. Australia's extreme climate means HVAC services are essential year-round. There's consistent demand in residential, commercial, and industrial environments. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 491. Salary range. AUD $70,000 to $95,000 plus. Key responsibilities: installing, maintaining, and repairing HVAC systems, diagnosing faults in refrigeration and climate control systems, ensuring compliance with environmental and safety regulations, servicing aircon units in domestic and industrial buildings. Skills and qualifications. Certificate the third in air conditioning and refrigeration. Arctic license mandatory. Experience with commercial systems and ducted units preferred. Top hiring states: Queensland, New South Wales, Northern Territory. Segment 25. Construction Project Manager. Why it's in demand. Australia's booming infrastructure, transport, renewable energy, high-rise residential and regional development means there's a surge in demand for experienced construction project managers who can oversee multi-million-dollar builds. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189 and 190. Salary range, AUD $100,000 to $160,000 plus. Key responsibilities: managing large-scale construction projects from concept to delivery, overseeing budgets, timelines, teams, and site safety, coordinating architects, engineers, contractors, and suppliers, navigating council approvals, permits, and environmental standards. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's degree in construction management, civil engineering, or architecture, strong understanding of Australian building codes and OH&S laws. PMP certification is a plus. Minimum 5 years experience in project delivery roles. Top hiring states: New South Wales, Sydney Metro Infrastructure, Victoria, rail, hospitals, high-rise apartments. Queensland, Olympic 2032 prep projects. Segment 26. Painting trades worker. Why it's in demand. Post-COVID construction recovery, new housing approvals, and renovation booms have created huge demand for painters, especially those with finishing, waterproofing, and restoration skills. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 491. Salary range, AUD $60,000 to $80,000 plus. Key responsibilities: preparing and painting internal and external surfaces on buildings, mixing paints, applying coatings, and wallpapering, specializing in texture finishing, heritage restoration, or commercial fit-outs, ensuring all work complies with safety regulations. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 in painting and decorating, or international equivalent. White card. Construction. Minimum 2 to 3 years of trade experience. Top hiring states: Victoria, Queensland, Regional New South Wales, Segment 27, Aged Care Nurse. Why it's in demand? Australia has a growing aging population, and aged care facilities and home care providers are facing critical staff shortages. The government is increasing aged care funding and worker ratios, making this role essential. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189 and 190, Subclass 491. Salary range, AUD $70,000 to $95,000 plus. Key responsibilities: providing nursing care to elderly patients in homes or aged care facilities, administering medications, conducting health checks and managing chronic conditions, supervising personal care assistants and liaising with families, promoting quality of life and independence. Skills and qualifications: Bachelor of Nursing, HPRA registration, mandatory for all nurses. Experience in geriatric care is highly regarded. Top hiring states: South Australia, Tasmania, Regional Victoria, Segment 28. ICT Business Analyst. Why it's in demand? Digital transformation is ongoing across all sectors in Australia: finance, government, education, and logistics. ICT business analysts bridge the gap between tech solutions and business goals, making them critical to efficient system upgrades and software implementations. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189, and 190. Salary range, AUD $90,000 to $130,000. Key responsibilities: analyzing business operations and translating them into system requirements, working with software developers, project managers, and stakeholders, designing solutions, workflows, and IT process improvements, testing system upgrades and training end users. Skills and qualifications: bachelor's degree in IT, business, or related discipline. Experience with Agile, Jira, and enterprise systems, SAP, Oracle. 3+ years business systems analysis. Experience. Top hiring states: New South Wales, Victoria. Australian Capital Territory, GOVT contracts. Segment 29. Cabinet maker. Why it's in demand? New home builds, high-end residential renovations, and commercial fit-outs, cafes, bars, offices, mean skilled cabinet makers are in high demand. Many Australian employers are struggling to find workers with precision carpentry and finish fitting experience. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 491. Salary range: AUD $60,000, $85,000 ease. Key responsibilities: constructing kitchen cabinets, wardrobes, and furniture, reading blueprints and cutting materials to specification, using CNC machines, hand tools, and power equipment, installing cabinetry in homes and commercial buildings. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 in cabinet making or joinery white card, proven work portfolio, and attention to detail. Top hiring states: Western Australia, Queensland, Victoria, Segment 30. Chef, commercial cookery. Why it's in demand? The rebound of Australia's hospitality industry has resulted in a shortage of skilled chefs. From fine dining and hotel chains to cafes and cruise liners, chefs are in demand nationwide. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, 2 years minimum work experience required. Subclass 186, direct entry possible with TRA skills assessment. Subclass 491, regional areas with PR pathways. Salary range: AUD $60,000 to $90,000 plus. Key responsibilities: preparing and cooking meals according to menus and dietary requirements, overseeing kitchen operations, staff, inventory, and hygiene, creating new menu items and maintaining cost efficiency, meeting food safety regulations and standards. Skills and qualifications: Certificate IV in commercial cookery, At least 2 years of post-qualification experience. Experience in fast-paced or high-end kitchens is a plus. Top hiring states: Queensland, hospitality boom; South Australia, Tasmania, tourism sector. Segment 31. Arborist, tree surgeon. Why it's in demand. Climate change and bushfire prevention policies have increased demand for arborists to manage urban greenery, maintain tree health, and reduce risk to homes, roads, and power lines. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 491. Salary range: AUD $60,000 to $90,000 plus. Key responsibilities: assessing tree health, pruning, felling, and replanting. Using rigging systems and climbing gear for canopy work. Operating chainsaws and wood chippers safely. Working with local councils and environmental services. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 or IV in Arboriculture. High-risk work license, e.g. EWP chainsaw operation. White card and working at heights. Top hiring states: New South Wales, Queensland, Australia Capital Territory. Segment 32. Engineering technologist. Why it's in demand. Engineering technologists provide essential technical support and hands-on implementation across civil, electrical, and mechanical projects. They're particularly valuable for projects in renewable energy, water systems, and infrastructure. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189 and 190. Salary range: AUD $80,000 to $110,000 plus. Key responsibilities: supporting engineering teams with calculations, testing, and monitoring. Applying engineering principles to resolve technical challenges. Supervising equipment installation, commissioning, and maintenance. Reporting and technical documentation. Skills and qualifications: Bachelor of Engineering Technology. Relevant experience in your field. Civil, mechanical, electrical, etc. Chartered recognition from Engineers Australia is a plus. Top hiring states: South Australia, renewable energy focus. Western Australia, Queensland. Segment 33. Civil engineering, draftsperson. Why it's in demand. Massive transport, rail, and housing infrastructure projects across Australia have created a consistent demand for civil engineering support roles. Draftspersons are needed to prepare technical drawings, maps, and design plans used by engineers and construction crews. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189 and 190. Salary range: AUD $65,000 to $90,000 plus. Key responsibilities: preparing drawings for roads, bridges, tunnels, and stormwater systems. Converting engineering sketches into computer-aided plans. CAD. Conducting basic calculations and site measurements, collaborating with civil engineers and architects on infrastructure plans. Skills and qualifications: diploma or associate degree in civil, engineering drafting, proficiency in AutoCAD, Civil 3D, or Revit. Site experience is highly desirable. Top hiring states: Victoria, New South Wales, Western Australia. Segment 34. Motor mechanic, general. Why it's in demand. Australia's vehicle maintenance industry is severely short-staffed, especially in regional towns. Many mechanics are retiring, while the need for repairs, diagnostics, and servicing remains steady across urban and rural areas. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 491, Regional. Salary range: AUD $55,000 to $75,000 plus. Key responsibilities: inspecting and repairing petrol and diesel vehicles. Diagnosing issues using modern diagnostic tools, performing logbook servicing, safety checks, and warranty maintenance, ordering and replacing vehicle parts. Skills and qualifications: Certificate 3 in light vehicle mechanical technology. At least 3 years post-qualification experience. Valid driver's license. Top hiring states: Queensland, Northern Territory, Tasmania. Segment 35. Secondary school teacher, STEM subjects. Why it's in demand. There's a national shortage of qualified secondary school teachers in math, physics, chemistry, and IT. Schools in regional and remote areas are particularly in need of teachers who can inspire and upskill Australia's next generation. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189 and 190, Subclass 494, designated regional areas. Salary range, AUD $75,000 to $110,000 plus. Varies by state and years of service. Key responsibilities. Teaching students aged 12 to 18 in your subject area, developing lesson plans, exams, and assessment criteria. Supporting students with learning needs, participating in staff development and curriculum updates, skills and qualifications, Bachelor of Education, secondary, or equivalent. Teaching registration with a state territory authority, e.g., TRB or VIT, IELTS or PTE for overseas teachers. Top hiring states, Regional Victoria, Regional Queensland, Northern Territory, Segment 36. Early childhood, pre-primary. Teacher, why it's in demand. Australia's demand for childcare and kindergarten teachers has soared due to universal preschool funding and an increase in birth rates. Skilled early childhood educators with formal qualifications are being offered sponsored roles across regional and metro areas. Visa pathways, Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189, and 190, Subclass 494. Salary range, AUD $60,000 to $85,000 plus. Key responsibilities. Teaching foundational skills to children aged 3 to 5. Creating developmentally appropriate lesson plans. Managing emotional, physical, and cognitive needs. Ensuring compliance with child protection and safety standards. Skills and qualifications. Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, or equivalent. Working with children, check and first aid. Teaching registration for your state territory. Top hiring states, Victoria, South Australia, New South Wales. Segment 37, Telecommunications Network, Engineer. Why it's in demand. As 5G networks expand and remote work increases, telecom companies are scaling up fast. Engineers who can design, upgrade, and maintain telecommunications infrastructure are vital to support faster speeds, wider coverage, and cybersecurity protocols. Visa pathways, Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 189, and 190. Salary range, AUD $95,000, $130,000 plus. Key responsibilities. Designing network infrastructure, fiber optic, satellite, wireless, troubleshooting faults, outages, and latency issues, overseeing switchboards, routers, and network load balancers, collaborating with IT teams on VoIP, ends, and secure access. Skills and qualifications. Bachelor's degree in telecommunications, electronics, or networking. Cisco, Juniper, Microsoft certifications a bonus. Experience in large-scale network design projects. Top hiring states, Victoria, New South Wales, Australian Capital Territory. Segment 38. Welder General. Why it's in demand. The skilled trade shortage is acute in Australia, and certified welders with experience in heavy industry, manufacturing, and pipeline welding are in high demand. Many employers are looking to sponsor skilled welders directly. Visa pathways. Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 491. Salary range, AUD $55,000 to $85,000 plus. Key responsibilities. Interpreting blueprints and welding schematics, performing MIG, TIG, and ARC welding, working on pipelines, fabrication, or construction frames. Inspecting weld quality for safety and compliance skills and qualifications. Certificate 3 in Engineering, Fabrication Trade, White Card. Welding certifications, AS 1796 or ISO equivalent. Top hiring states, Western Australia, mining sector, Queensland, South Australia. Segment 39. Air conditioning and refrigeration mechanic. Why it's in demand. With Australia's extreme summer climate and strict building codes, certified refrigeration mechanics are needed in commercial, residential, and industrial sectors. Visa pathways, Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 491. Salary range, AUD $65,000 to $95,000 plus. Key responsibilities, installing, servicing, and repairing cooling systems, managing commercial refrigeration in supermarkets or data centers, diagnosing electrical faults and gas leaks, ensuring systems meet Australian standards. Skills and qualifications. Certificate the 3 in air conditioning and refrigeration. Arctic refrigerant handling license. White card and valid driver's license. Top hiring states: Northern Territory, Western Australia, Queensland. 40. General practitioner, GP. Why it's in demand. Australia has a long-standing GP shortage, particularly in outer suburbs and rural towns. The government offers incentives for overseas-trained doctors to fill these vital healthcare gaps. Visa pathways: Subclass 482, Subclass 186, Subclass 494, designated regional areas, PR pathways via skilled independent visas. Salary range: AUD $200,000 to $300,000 plus, based on practice and billings. Key responsibilities: diagnosing and treating a wide range of medical conditions, managing patient care across physical and mental health, prescribing medications, ordering tests, and referring specialists, keeping records in compliance with Medicare and privacy laws. Skills and qualifications: medical degree, MBBS or equivalent, EMC exams or recognition under the Competent Authority Pathway, AHPRA medical registration. Top hiring states: Queensland, Tasmania, regional NS dollars. If you're serious about moving to Australia through a sponsored job, don't wait until it's too late. Many of these roles are filling fast. I personally help people just like you with visa consultations, skill assessments, and even job readiness support to increase your chances of success. Whether you're a nurse, welder, software engineer, teacher, or chef, I can guide you through the process step by step. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a comment if you have any questions, or follow me on my other platforms. See you in the next video.